Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be doing a first impression on the new IT Cosmetics CC cream, but this is their new oil-free matte version. You guys know how much I love their original version, which I have right here on my vanity. I actually use this every single day. If you guys are interested in learning a little bit more about IT Cosmetics, the company, I just did a first impression on their new Bye Bye Breakout Concealer. I will leave the link up here for you guys because I go into a little more depth about the company itself. But basically, I use this every single day because IT Cosmetics is a lot about skincare first, makeup second. So there's a lot of really good benefits for your skin within their products. So I feel like using this every single day is really beneficial rather than just using your standard foundation. I've also actually noticed recently using this, it's a lot thicker, even though it's a CC cream slash like moisturizer, it's a lot thicker than a lot of my other foundations that I use, which is really kind of weird when you think about it, but it is a CC cream, so it is a color correcting full coverage cream and hydrating anti-aging concealer. This is 50 plus. This is the original version, but today I actually managed to get my paws on the new oil-free matte version. I picked this up at the Sephora showcase. If you guys saw my huge Sephora haul, then you would know that that's where I got this one from. I will link that up here as well if you want to watch that. Okay, so here is the packaging. It's very similar to the other packaging that they have for their other CC creams. So in total now, I'm pretty sure there's three. There's the original, there's this new version, and then they also came out with an illuminating version, I think maybe a year or two ago. I don't actually know, don't quote me on that. But I know that they now have three versions of it. So you just have a standard one, an illuminating one, and a matte one. So you've got the best of all worlds. So straight away I can see in comparison to the original version that this one says it's SPF 40 and this one is SPF 50. So that's already sort of a difference between the two. But I'm not really going to be comparing them today. This is more of just like a first impression on this new one because I already know that I love the original. So I'm hoping I love this too. I'll just read you a little bit about what it claims to do and then we will see if it actually does do that. It says that it's SPF 40, it's brightening, it color corrects, it's hydrating, minimizes the look of pores and conceals dark spots and signs of aging. I'm happy with that. If it does everything that it says it's gonna do, that's fantastic. If you did see my Sephora haul, you'll know that another reason why I'm excited about this is that they've actually extended their shade range. Thank God. I said in that video, I think there was like 3 or 4 shades originally, which that's wrong. I don't know if they did actually originally have that, but now in the original CC cream, I think there's like 7 shades, which is, you know, not as bad as I thought it was. But now that they've come out with the oil-free version, this actually comes in 12 shades. So they've really extended it, which is really good for me because they actually have a light medium, which is my perfect shade. In the original CC cream, I'm in between medium and light. I can use both. It depends on if I'm fake tanned or not, but I can make both work on any day. But then this is light medium, so it's like the perfect in-between shade, which is perfect for me. So I think what I'm going to do is just jump on in and give this a go. I actually love this packaging. I feel like I can get a lot out of it. It's just easy to use and it's really easy to travel with as well. Okay, let's just jump on in. I'm going to be using the IT Cosmetics brush for this. I feel like it would be rude not to. So I'm going to take this little plate here. I'm going to pop 2 pumps onto the plate. 2 pumps is normally good for me, so I'm going to leave it with 2 pumps, see how far that goes. This formula is different to the original, so hopefully 2 pumps is enough. Oh yes, that colour is actually perfect. Okay, I can immediately see a difference with this actually. Normally when I put the original on, like one little dollop like that, I can immediately spread, but I can feel this drying and it does take a little bit to set, whereas I feel like this is set straight away. It is still a little bit tacky and some is coming off on my finger. If you can see that. Yeah, it's definitely a lot more difficult to blend. It's not really what I would call full coverage at the moment. You can still see some redness and a little like pimple that I have there. And that's all 2 pumps gone. I'm going to flip it around and use the smaller end of the brush and just take what is left of that, and I'm just going to see if I can concentrate that on my red areas and kind of get rid of these blemishes. Because I can definitely still see some redness coming through my skin, even like here, and my dark circles are definitely still there. I actually can't believe that I'm saying this, but I'm having difficulty making this work for me. It's maybe like too matte and too drying. I'm going in with another pump for the other side of my face. Normally I don't have to do that. The consistency of this as well is very different. It's very interesting. I'm really struggling to blend as well. Like it's kind of going a bit funny. I don't really know how else to describe it other than just it's like a bit funny. Like it's not quite what I would want it to be doing. Alright, I'm just going to go and finish the rest of my face. And I'll come back and zoom in and show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so zooming you in, as you can see, my skin still looks like skin. So I'm happy with that. I will say it was very difficult to blend everything. I did have to use more product than usual, but I guess that's just because of the formula. It is going to be different. I would expect it to be different if it's claiming different things. So looking at my skin here, look, it doesn't look bad at all. I definitely don't think that it's sort of covered this redness here, and there's like sort of redness here, and then my nose, I don't really feel like it's done amazing. I don't know, it's usually better than this with the original, so maybe it's just not the right product for my skin. Usually I do get really oily throughout the day, so what I'm thinking is this is actually going to get better as the day goes on and as my skin kind of releases more oils throughout the day. My forehead looks pretty good. I mean, it still looks like skin. It's not sort of creasing that badly. Yeah, I mean, here's all good. It's just, can you see like there's sort of like redness and patchiness here? I also don't think that it's covered my dark circles as it claims to do. I will say that it is very lightweight for a product that is matte and full coverage. Normally it feels kind of heavy on the skin, but this feels very light. I can't really feel it too much on my face, which is a good thing. But yeah, I just wanted to zoom you in so you could see what was going on. It's not bad by any means. It's just not as good as what I'm used to. But I will say, when using the original one, throughout the day, I do have to like touch up a little bit, because if you've seen my first impression foundation videos before, you know that by the end of the day I am very oily, so I do get sort of oily throughout the day. It is actually a little bit on the warmer side today. It is winter here in Sydney, but it's about 24 degrees today, so it is warm out. I'm going to be going for a brisk walk today, so we should be putting this makeup to the test. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and do the rest of my makeup, and then I'll check back in with you to see how it performs with all my usual makeup routine. I'm going to be using mostly IT Cosmetics, which is my usual routine anyway, but yeah, just thought I'd let you know. So I'm kind of keeping it fair, using IT Cosmetics stuff. They should pair well, shouldn't have any problems, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'll be right back with you. Okay, so now that the rest of my face is done, I will say it still feels a little bit tacky, but there's no transfer onto my finger. Even in places that I haven't set, it's not transferring onto my finger, but it does feel just a little bit tacky. I am liking it a lot better now. I think maybe it was a little bit cold, and now that it's warmed up with the warmth of my skin, it's kind of melting into the skin a little bit more, and it's like blending nicer. Because looking at it now, I like it a lot better. And while I still have a little bit of glow, that's from my highlighter that I used, not actually the matte foundation. But even though it is matte, it still kind of isn't flat, and it's not drying. It still has that little bit of tackiness. It still has a little bit of like a, not dewy glow, but it looks like skin, which is good. Okay, so this is what it's looking like now. Pretty good if you ask me. All of this glowy area here and sort of on my nose is from my highlighter, like I said earlier. But yeah, like I said, it's not really transferring onto my finger at all. don't know if you can see that. There's no transfer onto my finger. Around my nose is looking much better. I think I just needed to like sort of do that, sort of pack that in a little bit more, and I use my beauty blender for that. But overall, I think it's looking pretty nice. It's definitely matte. It's definitely more matte than the original. Usually when I use the original, my skin looks much more dewy, but everything that you see here that is like dewy or luminous is from my highlighter. Now, I'd actually rather add my highlight rather than it come from my foundation, because I do get oily throughout the day. I'd rather just have my skin stay matte throughout the day, and then I can just add highlight wherever I want it to be, rather than just my skin taking over and being an oily mess throughout the entire thing. Now, I'll quickly jump on the website and let you guys know how much this baby is. So on the It Cosmetics website, it is $38 US, which is exactly the same as their original. If you pop on their website, you'll see that their original is also $38. If I convert that to Australian dollars for you Aussies, so $38 US is 52 Australian dollars. And I know that this will be available in Sephora, so I've just jumped onto their website. Okay, so I can't actually find this new version of it on their website, on the Sephora website, but I can find the original and the illuminating one, and they're both 61 Australian dollars. That is a really big markup. If $38 US is 52 Australian dollars, Sephora is selling it for 61. Okay, so you guys know the drill with these things. Basically, I'm just gonna get on with my day, check in with you, let you know how things are going. Hopefully I do not become an oily mess by the end of this video. I'm gonna go on with the rest of my day, do whatever I've got going on, and I will check in with you throughout the day. I'm actually going to take my vlogging camera with me because I won't be home for a lot of today, so I won't be able to sit down and actually show you. But it might be good to just see it in like natural daylight, and you know, you guys can see for real like what it looks like when you're out and about in the streets, when you don't have all this studio lighting helping you out. So yeah, I'll check in with you really, really soon. So smiling. We are out on our walk. Dogs. Okay, we're heading back from our walk. We've had some coffee, been sitting in the sun. I've worked up a little bit of a sweat, so I'll be interested to have a look at how this is holding up. But I'll do a proper check-in with you guys when I'm back at home. Haz, what do you think?
I think you look beautiful.
Thanks. No, but seriously, what do you think of my foundation?
Are you wearing foundation? I thought that was just your perfect skin. That's how you get brownie points, guys. Take note.
Back at home, I'm just having a little bit of lunch because I am bloody starving. But I'm actually not as like oily as I thought I was. I feel like the lighting in the car made me look a lot worse than I actually am. But again, I will sit down in my little makeup room and show you guys properly so that you can really see exactly what's going on here. Okay, you guys, so it is now 8 o'clock at night. I started this thing at 8 AM this morning, so I've had this on for pretty much like 12 hours now, and I am ready to just take it off, do a face mask, hop into bed and watch some Netflix. Like, I've had such a busy day, so this makeup has been through a lot. I'm gonna take off my glasses so you can actually see what's going on. Of course, I'm gonna have like a little bit of a glasses mark. Keeping in mind, I have not touched up all day, and like I'm not that oily. I mean, usually I'm like an oil slick by now, so this right now I'm pretty pleased with. I'm going to zoom you on in so you can see really up close what's going on. As you guys saw, I've also been out in the sun a lot today. Haz and I had a catch up with a girlfriend of mine for like 2 hours, and we were sitting having coffee right in the direct sun for so long. I was for sure thinking I was going to get sunburn, but then I was like, oh no, it's SPF, I'm sweet. So that's a good plus, but we also did go for a bit of a walk, so I did get a bit sweaty, which is why I'm kind of like, why is this not worse right now? Like, I've been through a lot. I've driven like a 45-minute drive to go and do a makeup client. I've come back, I've made dinner. This is how I'm looking. It's not so bad, but I'm going to zoom you on in. I do think a lot has come off my nose because when I was walking, it was like, I kept like sniffing, so I had to like wipe my nose, so I feel like I've wiped a lot of it off. I have not touched up all day, so this is exactly how things have lasted just as they are. So let's zoom you on in and you can see what's happening. So just as I had predicted, it's come like off my nose because I've been going like that a lot, and also I've been wearing my glasses, so yeah, it's like come off my nose here a little bit and like around here, which is to be expected. But my actual face is pretty good. It's sort of come off down here. I have been like leaning on my hands a lot. My forehead hasn't creased at all. There's no lines. It's a little bit oily, and it is coming off on my finger now. I'm just getting a clean cotton pad and you'll see like, oh, it's actually not so bad. I thought it was going to be worse. Let me just go all around. So as you can see, there is a little tiny bit of makeup that has come off, but it's not too bad, not too bad. My eyelids are shocking. Oh, Jesus. All right, let's zoom you back out. I think you guys get the picture. All right, I'm so tired. I just honestly want to go to bed and do a face mask like I was saying. But final thoughts, you guys. I really do like this new oil-free matte version of the CC cream by IT Cosmetics. I do like it. I like the way it's performed. I do still think that the original is still my ride or die. I just feel like there's something about this, it's just perfect every single time. So I do still feel like this is the one I would repurchase over and over again. I don't actually think I would repurchase this, but I will continue to use it and just suss it out a little bit more, see how I go with it. Applying this was the tricky part. The reason why I love this so much is because applying it is just like applying a moisturizer. It's so easy to whack on, it's quick, it's just so simple to do, whereas this I felt like it took a little bit more effort. Again, I don't know if it's just because it was cold. Like, I don't know if I should have just kind of, it's been sitting in like a really cold room, so I don't know if maybe it just hadn't like gotten a chance to warm up into the skin a little bit, but I will continue to use it. I don't hate it by any means. I actually really do like it. I just still prefer my ride or die original CC cream. So if I had to pick and choose, I'd still go with the original every single time. I will continue to buy this over and over again. I just cannot fault it. It's like amazing. This, I still feel like it wore really well throughout the day. It definitely impressed me. It's probably up there with one of the better performing foundations that I found on my specific skin. As you guys know, I do get oily throughout the day. So if I am doing my makeup for the day and I know I'm gonna have to be wearing it for a long period of time, that's when I normally go for my CC cream. So I would definitely continue to use this as a product that I would use all day long. It definitely held up as a long wearing foundation. But then there are other foundations that I might like a little bit better to this, but aren't necessarily good as a long wearing foundation, but they perform better for things like photography, or if I just want to look flawless for like 3 hours or something, you know what I mean? Oh, okay, I am exhausted. So I'm gonna leave this video here. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you in my next video, if not sooner. Bye.